This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Welcome back, guys, and you're probably wondering, Caitlin, why are you releasing a random episode on a Monday? I will tell you why. So, I have a backlog of reviews on my blog that I have not recorded, obviously. And for the past couple weeks, what? What, kitty? What? Okay, hold on. I'll come pick you up. Hold on. Sorry about that. I don't know. Every time I record, she immediately starts meowing and wants to be involved. It's like clockwork, really. It really is. Are you happy now? You can't sit up there. That's not a place for you if you can hear her purring. So anyway, between my cat and the rain outside, if you hear anything in the background, those are two reasons why. Is my cat and the rain. Anyway, let's start this intro over. I'm definitely keeping that in. Just saying, I'm probably known as the cat person at this point, so whatever. Anyway, so as we know, a little background, I have a blog. I've been running the blog for almost 5 years. And over time, I have reviews on that. And I have a lot of reviews that I do plan to turn all into podcast episodes eventually. And for the past couple weeks or so, as I've been recording other podcast episodes and just watching other dramas and having conversations with other people, this drama came up multiple times. And I'm just you know what? Not a lot of people I know have watched it. I do know a couple people have. And I feel like a lot more people need to know how wonderful this drama is, because I certainly did, because it took me forever to watch this drama. So I was like, you know what? I have time this weekend. I'm just going to do a random bonus episode, because why not? So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to be recording the random bonus episode. And periodically, I'm sure these are gonna... What are you doing, kitty? I'm sure these are gonna pop up randomly, or if I need to fill a space with an episode, I'm just gonna pull a review off the blog. So, and I have plenty of them, so that they're gonna last me a while. So yeah, that is what today's agenda is. It is going to be a little drama review of the Chinese drama, The Longest Day in Chang'An. And as I said, this came out in 2019, and I claim to like crime dramas, and it still took me years to watch this drama. And I know a lot of people were shouting at me to watch this drama because this drama was that good, and they're like, you have to watch it. You claim to like crime dramas, and yet you have not watched this, and it came out in 2019. Well, I finally started it in 2022, and then it took me forever to finish it because I was getting distracted in life and whatever. So I finally finished it in 2023. It should not take you that long. Just FYI. That's just me. Sorry, I have to go deal with my cat again. What are you doing? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable now? This podcast episode is a mess, just so you know, because of you. Okay. So, as far as I'm aware, and I think it's still there, The Longest Day in Chang'an is still on Viki. I think it's a Yoku drama, actually. Let me double check that really quick. Yes, it is still on Viki, but it is a Yoku drama. So, how I'm going to format this review, as I always do, is I'm going to tell you about the cast, tell you a quick synopsis. I'm going to tell you my overall review of the drama, and then I'm going to go into details in terms of what I liked about the drama, what I disliked about the drama, so on and so forth. Now, I wrote this back in 2023, and I tried to not do a lot of spoilers in this, and that's gonna stick it. So if you listen to this drama or this review, it's not going to have spoilers in it. So don't worry about like me revealing this humongous secret and this humongous reveal in the story. Like, you can go ahead and listen to this entire review and decide if you want to watch this after listening to it, because I will not be revealing any storyline or anything, because when I wrote this, that was the intention, is I did not want to reveal anything, so people could go and still like hear my review and still hear what I loved about it, but not have to worry about me revealing like all the plot points or whatever. So just FYI, there's not going to be a spoiler warning in this because I'm not going to have any spoilers. So, okay. So I wrote this little synopsis. I'm going to read the synopsis from my review, and then I'll go into detail of like who's in it and whatever. So, quick synopsis of this drama is: an unlikely duo team up to stop an attack on Chang'an during the Lantern Festival. They have to fight enemies from beyond the walls of Chang'an, but also any enemies within, along with the politics of it all. So, as I said, there's a lot more to this story, which I'll tell you a little bit about, but I like was trying not to give a lot away when I wrote this. The synopsis doesn't really give much. So I'll give a little bit of more detail, but again, I'm trying not to reveal like any type of spoilers. So if we all move over the MDL, basically this is a historical investigation drama with a lot of politics thrown in. So Chang'an, it was like this really vibrant city back in the day, and they're holding this lantern festival, and Jackson Yi plays Lee B, who's like intelligence chief. Like, he knows everything that's going on, or tries to know everything that goes on in the city, and they get word that there's a planned attack during this lantern festival. They are trying to figure out, and they hear that the attack will happen in 24 hours. So they're trying to find the person who's going to attack. They're trying to figure out what the attack is going to be. They're like trying to make sure that the emperor and like the higher ups know about it but don't know about it, so they don't foil anything. Like, there's a lot of politics involved with this. And Lee Bai, I don't remember how to pronounce his name, makes the conscious decision to take a man out of prison who is a former general, and like a police chief and like all this stuff. So he has the experience to find this person in 24 hours. So he makes a conscious decision to like hire him for 24 hours to find this person because he's on death row. So they kind of have this partnership for 24 hours. And this drama takes place in 24 hours. They like count it down in the drama. So that's the entire story, is like he takes this guy out of prison. They kind of have like team up, very like, I don't like you, but I'm going to have to work with you. Like, we'll have to trust each other type thing for 24 hours and find this attack. And it plays out in the drama of what they find, what happens, the ending, that type of thing. So that's the synopsis without revealing too much. But the cast of this drama is huge, like absolutely humongous. So I'm not going to be able to like go through every single person, but I'll like name a couple people that I found interesting. So the screenwriter and director for this is Chow Dun. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Where are you going? Kitty, you need to like stop. You might know him from, I mean, he has a lot of dramas that are up and coming. You might know him from like Hunter from 2021, Are You Safe from 2022. He does a lot of crime dramas, actually. He has one called The Lychee Road, which I'm very excited for. That's giving me the same Longest Day in Chang'an vibes. So he's making that one. So he's the writer and director of this drama, but like the team that made this put a lot of work into researching this and making the costumes and making the sets and everything. Like, you can tell this has a high budget value, and they spent all the money on this drama. All right, so the two leads, we have Lei Jia Yin, who plays the like death row prisoner. You might know him from The Heart of Genius, or what else did he do that's more like recent? Game of Wisdom, he's going to be in The Leash Road, as I just mentioned. The Wind Blows from Lan Chi, he was a guest role in that. Love is So Beautiful. Yeah. So he is the death row person. And then Jackson Yee plays the intelligence person. You might know him from Noble Aspirations, Boyhood, which was a 2017. Like I think for the most part, his best role, like he's a movie actor. He's a really big, so the like drama wise, he hasn't done a ton of dramas. I think Longest Day in Chang'an is probably his most famous role in his dramas. Like he's a big movie actor though. Like he's done a ton of movies. So he's also, I think, a singer actually too. He's very popular because he's a popular like boy group member. Anyway, so he plays the intelligence AC. So those are like the two main people. And then there's a bunch, like, I mean, a bunch of supporting cast. So I'm not going to name everybody, but I'll name a couple people. So you have Zhao Yue, who is a prolific and wonderful actor. And I still can't believe he was like a support role in this. What the hell are you doing? Get down. No. Sorry, she was about to climb up on a bookcase that she's never done before. And of course I'm recording, so there you go. All right, so back to Zhao Yue. He was from Judge D's Mystery from this year. He was in, as I said, The Longest Day in Chang'an. He was in a Rebel Princess from 2021. He was the king in that. New Face, a crime drama from 2020, which was pretty good. It's not like my favorite, but it's pretty good. Tribes and Empires, like he's been in a ton of stuff, like just both movies and dramas. Like he's been around for a while. Excellent actor. I love him. Anytime I see him in a drama, especially this kind of drama, I immediately add the drama to my watch list. Another person is Lu Fensheng. Again, I love him. He was in The Bad Kids. He was in The Listener. He was in Listening Snow Tower as a guest role, Tribes and Empires as a supporting role. More recently, he was in Be Your Own Light, The Mutations. I watched The Mutations. It's an okay drama, but acting was pretty good. Rose War, I mean, he's been around for a while too. Like a bunch of these people have been acting forever. Like Reza Alamjan was in The Fearless from last year. She has an impressive role in The Longest Day in Chang'an. I liked her a lot. Love Destiny, Empresses in the Palace she was in. Yeah. Han Tong Sheng, again, another actor who's been around the block a long time. Like he was in The Golden Eyes from 2019. He was in Love Yourself. He was in The Knockout, which was a very big crime drama from last year. He's done a ton of stuff. As husband and his wife. Who else? There's a ton of people. Shulu is in this. She's a like romantic leading lady that you probably have seen around Sunshine of My Life, Are You Safe Again, Women Walk the Line, Song of the Moon. I'm sure people have watched that one. Anybody else that kind of stand out? There's, again, this like if you watch this drama, you will recognize at least one person in this drama because there's a ton of supporting roles, a ton of guest roles. Like it was a massive cast. And everybody showed their face in this. It was ridiculously big. Okay, so those are some of the people. I'm not going to introduce. I don't even know who to choose. Like, there's so many people in this drama. I don't even know who to like point out. The one interesting one that I didn't expect, and I'm just going to point this out. I don't know if you know him because I can't remember what else he's been in because he's not a Chinese actor. Let me look up his IMDb because like if you saw this guy, you would like know him if you watch any US movies. Because he was born in Africa. He was born in Benin, but he's like known for his American movies. But I was watching this and he all of a sudden like popped up and I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? I'm gonna mispronounce and butcher his name. Just tell you that right now. But he popped up as a slave trader, and his name is Digimon Hounsu. I know I like really butchered that name, but you might recognize him from Blood Diamond. He was in the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, A Quiet Place Day One, which is a recent one that just came out. Rebel Moon, he was in. I don't even know, like A Quiet Place Part Two, too. He was in a bunch of like the Captain Marvel, some of the Fast and the Furious movies. Like he's a really big American actor. So he showed up in this drama randomly. I was like, what the heck is happening? I think he did. I don't know. Did he do? I want to say. I don't know. Yeah, he was in Gladiator. He was one of the gladiators in Gladiator. Yeah. So he popped up in this drama randomly. So all right, so those are some of the actors that you might recognize, both American as well as Chinese. So we've gone through the synopsis, we've gone through some of the cast. Now I'm going to tell you about my overall review of this. So I'm like, nobody should be surprised about my review for this drama, right? Because I'm like, it was a given I was probably going to love this when I started this, especially with the fact that so many people were like, you need to watch this drama. Like, you need to put this at the top of your list, especially because you like crime dramas. Like, it's kind of one of those things. So I knew going into this drama, I'd probably like it. There are a lot of things about this drama that I usually love in my dramas, everything from action to beautiful cinematography to historical crime drama, like, which is a genre I love. Like, it was a perfect combo when it came to this drama. So overall, I love this drama, but I will say it's not a perfect drama in my opinion. And I did have some qualms about it, which I'll talk to when I get to like the parts that I disliked. But overall, like it's kind of like a biased review because I knew going into this I would like this drama a lot. I rated this, and what did I rate this on MDL? I think I rated this I rated this a 9 out of 10 on MDL. And it's one of the top rated Chinese dramas on MDL as well. Like there's a ton of people who watched this and a ton of people loved it. I mean, I shouldn't say a ton of people watched it. Only like a little over 1,200 people watched it, or rated it, I should say. I don't know how about watching. About 6,000 people watched it. So a quarter or a third of that have rated it. But anyway, either way, it's one of the top rated dramas. So now we're going to go into what I loved about this drama. Again, I wrote this back in 2023. I tried not to spoil much, so you're not going to get a bunch of plot points and spoilers, because the thing with this drama too is like it's so detailed and so intricate when it comes to the story. Like even if I did spoil something, you wouldn't understand what I'm saying because you didn't know the story. Like it's written that way where you have to watch this drama to understand what's going on. And so if I randomly just said a spoiler, you would have no context for it and you wouldn't know who I was talking about, like at all, and what happened. So it makes no sense for me to spoil this because you wouldn't understand the spoiler. So, okay. What I loved about this drama, first part is the cinematography and lighting. Like, I don't even know how many times my jaw like literally dropped as I was watching this drama because like everything, like every scene tops itself. Like you think, oh my God, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This set is immaculate. And then they go to the next set and you're like, oh my God, this is even more beautiful. It's insane what they did for this drama and how detailed this drama is. The cinematography was shot really well, and it just showed off how grand this drama was. It added to the story and it made it more exciting, which it should do. But it also, like, this festival, this city was supposed to be this grand city in historical China. So the cinematography helped give off that vibe and give off the sense that this was this grand spectacle of a festival, that this was like a once in a lifetime event going on, and the city was a unique city because it brought in not only Chinese people but like people from all over the world for this festival, but also just to live there and like talk and learn about different cultures. And like it was that type of setting, and just the cinematography and the scale of this drama helped make that believable to the audience, who obviously have never seen that city because it's historical China. The sweeping shots of this were fantastic. The sweeping shots of the city and the aerial shots of the city and the festival. Also, the lighting made everything look realistic instead of like everybody being washed out or like skin smoothing, everything like that. Like it's very realistic looking, and the lighting helped with that a lot. Like they didn't make everything really bright or something. You also have beautifully realistic night scenes because obviously it's a lantern festival, so there's a ton of lanterns anyway, but it just makes a really beautiful night scene because of this lighting and this how they shot the night scenes in general. Also, the fact that it's realistic night scenes, some of the scenes you need to watch in the dark because you can't see anything that's going on, like sneaking around on rooftops or something. Okay, so the next thing is that stood out to me were the costumes and the set design. As I said, like they went all out when it came to this production and this set design and the costumes. Like the money shows, like the production value shows. Like I know this drama was like known for that. People who had watched this before me was like, you have to watch the show. The production is so good. The costumes are amazing. Like they took their time. They like invested in this drama. It shows. And they were right. The people telling me that were right. Like it was beautiful to watch. I mean, you could tell that they took a lot of care and effort and like put that all in this drama. You could tell the production did their research. Everything is really detailed, and it just adds to the opulence and the wonder of this drama. Like every scene has details to look at. Every costume is beautiful and detailed. And then as like the 24 hours go on, the costumes follow like how hectic the day gets. So like at the beginning of 24 hours, like everybody's kind of like clean cut, ready for the festival, whatever. But as they are running around the city and like going in the underbelly of the city to figure out things, they get dirtier and dirtier, or they get bloody, or they lose things. Like their hair might have lost their hair holder or a pin that was in it or whatever. Like that shows, and they don't look immaculately kept up the entire drama. And the characters played that very well. Like the costumes and the sets drew the audience into the story and made it believable, had like the audience became immersed in it and immersed in this festival, immersed. Like the scale of this was incredible in my opinion. And at this point, we've seen other dramas at this scale, but like in 2019, I had not seen something like this. Granted, I watched this in 2023, but like the scale of this drama was unique to the time this came out, at least in my opinion. Yeah. So if you do nothing else but watch this for the costumes and design, please do. Like it's beautiful. Another thing I loved about this drama, the cast and the acting. As I said, it's a huge ensemble cast. Every single character, every single person is there in the story. Like they got everybody down to the extra in the city. Like it huge ensemble cast. And they all did great. They all worked really hard. They all delivered really well. They definitely made some memorable performances. Like you have people in the supporting cast that like I remember what they did from beginning to end more than like maybe what a main character might have done. Like it was incredible how even the smallest role could make a memorable impact when it came to the story, because they needed a lot of people for this story because it has a lot of characters, a lot of story, a lot of politics, a lot of things going on. So I will forever remember like certain actors and certain characters, and when I see them in another drama, that I will forever think of them in this drama. I became very invested in some characters' outcomes, and I think that speaks to the acting of the cast, but also like the writing of the cast, of the lines and the story. Like, you have a lot of veteran actors and actresses in this drama, and it pays off. It shows that they are veteran actors for a reason. And I loved a lot of these actors and actresses in the drama, and they proved why I like them a lot. And also at the time, I was introduced to a lot of new actors and actresses who were a part of this ensemble cast who I did not know. And again, they blended in. They showed their acting chops compared to these veteran actors and did it very well. So I cannot find like I can't name an actor that did poorly when it came and like stood out like a sore thumb or whatever. It's that good. It's that good. Okay, so another thing that was just incredible to me was the action and the fight scenes. I mean, if you have a historical detective drama, investigation drama, mystery drama, whatever, you have a main character who is ex-military, ex-police chief, you're bound to have great fight scenes and action scenes. It's kind of like written into the story, right? And I spoke a little bit about the cinematography and the lightings, but as I said up there, it was like up there. I'm like looking at my review to like make sure I have all my notes. But the cinematography and the lighting of a drama is supposed to like help the story move along. It's supposed to make the fight scenes and the action scenes look cool. It's supposed to contribute to those type of things. This is a drama that does that very well. Like, the fight scenes and the action scenes were amazing. They were awesome because the scenes were shot beautifully and choreographed great. And the lighting helped with that. I mean, I wish there were more of them in this drama. There are a lot, but like there's so much else going on between the dialogue and the politics, and like as I said, a huge ensemble cast. It doesn't seem like there's a lot because it's spread out and so much goes on in between everything. I wish there was more because it was just so well done. The scenes are so well done. So when you get them, you're like in awe the entire time because they look so good. So I wish there were more of them. But the scale of these fight and action scenes are also incredible and really paid off. And the production just went all out for these scenes, all out for the action scenes. You got everything from explosions to roof running to sword fighting to slow-mos in hand-to-hand combat. Like, they went all out when it came to these scenes, and some of these scenes are some of my favorites of the drama. Another thing I did not write in here, which I'm gonna add, is another thing I loved about this drama is, as I said, Jackson Yee's character and Lei Ji Ying's character. Again, this is a 24-hour thing, and their characters are in a situation where they have to trust each other to get through the day. And it's a very, okay, I have to trust this person, but I don't trust this person relationship. And the fact that you can care about these characters in a 24-hour time span of a story and care about their relationship says a lot about the writing. And also just like I enjoyed their relationship. I enjoyed, like, you grew to care for both of them. You grew to care for their relationship. You wanted to see them together. One of the bad things about this drama that I, again, did not write in the review, but I'll say is like they didn't get a lot of screen time together because the person playing the prisoner and the general was like running around the city to save everybody. And then Jackson Yee's character was in a tower trying to get intelligence and trying to get him the messages he needed. You didn't have a lot of scenes together with them together. The ones you did, enjoyed very well. And then the same with like a bunch of the supporting cast. Like Lei Ji Ying's character had like relationships with the soldiers of the city. And again, they did not trust him because he was this prisoner in prison. And so these guards who were supposed to help him through the day again had this relationship at the beginning of the drama where they're like, okay, we're gonna have to listen to him, but we don't really trust him. Like, how can he be like save us? By the end of the day, you're like, oh my god, if one of them dies, I'm gonna cry. Like, the amount of time it took for you to care about these characters was impressive because it wasn't a lot of time. And I just enjoyed watching everybody's relationship, for lack of a better term, like bloom on the screen. And like, it was interesting to see what characters I cared about. I know I've said this in another episode I did. I think it was the Yoku episode I did last week. But Reza Alamjan's character, she worked really closely with Jackson Yee's character, and so you care about their relationship a lot. And she's a smart character. Like, she's basically his servant, but he doesn't treat her as a servant. Like, they have a very, like, it's not a romantic relationship. It's like a trust, like it's a companionship. I think they've been with each other for so long. They trust each other. They communicate with each other. Like, he trusts her with some of the most important things he does in this drama. And that relationship was really nice to see. Like, even though some of these relationships through these characters were created in a 24 hours time span, it takes a lot for a writer as well as an actor to make the audience believe that was believe about the relationship and then care for the relationship and care for the characters. So I think that's a plus for this drama, is you will have characters you will be attached to. You'll have relationships that you want to see grow. It was stunning to see how the writers wrote this drama to make you care for these characters and make you care for the relationships that were forged in this like intense, really stressful time period, especially because they had to get along to like save this entire city from a potential attack. So found that to be like a plus, because it was something I wasn't expecting. And then another thing that I wanted to write or to say, which I again did not write. I don't know why I didn't put this in because I've been listening to it forever, but the OST of this drama is insane. It's so good. It's on Spotify if you want to know. Like, I'm obsessed with the OST of this drama. It's like a thing about Chang'An is and they explain this in the drama, is they are known for drums. So how they communicated through the city apparently was like these drums on towers, and they would have codes that would be passed back and forth from these towers. And they put those drums into the OST, and they're prevalent in the OST. So it's memorable. It's a memorable OST, and it's a beautiful OST. And I still listen to the OST to this day. So if you're looking for an amazing OST that really complements what's going on in the drama, but also is memorable due to the drums, like the drums is a important part of this drama as well as the OST, like, it's beautiful. The music of this drama is beautiful. As I said, you always need music that adds to the drama and adds something special. This definitely does. The music of this is really, really, really good. So I personally, I still listen to that. I still listen to that OST. Okay, so we're gonna get into some things that I wanted to point out that could have been better. So the first one I want to point out is, as a viewer of this drama, you really have to pay attention. And you have to pay attention to this drama for multiple reasons. Like, this is not a drama you watch leisurely. This is not a drama that you like turn on in the background unless you've seen it before. It's not a drama you turn on in the background and like walk away. Like, this, you have to pay attention to what's going on in this drama. There's like a lot of characters, and once you're watching this drama and you think you know everybody, you think everybody's been introduced, and then they go and add another character. I cannot express enough how huge this cast is. It's massive. So there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of story that has to go with those characters. It's impressive how many people are in this drama. You kind of need to keep track of all these characters and like what part they played. And then there's also many, many, many layers to this story. So you have to pay attention to the plot and what's going on, or you will miss something or you won't understand something. I mean, I was watching this and I still needed to like rewind and okay, what did he say? What was going on? Well, like you have to really pay attention because you might like think something is frivolous that happened and then 10 episodes later you find out it was an important story point and you needed to pay attention to that. Like it everything is related to something. And it's just yeah, Longest Day in Chang'an is just not a drama you watch leisurely. You could probably binge this. And it honestly would probably be better to understand because then you're not taking breaks and like forgetting stuff. Um I would say it's like bingeable drama to a point. Like I personally, I'm not a binger, so I don't know, but like I would say like you can watch chunks of this drama and like take a break for like I don't know, to sleep or something and then watch another chunk or whatever. Binging this might be a good thing, but again, you have to pay attention to it. You have to you wouldn't know, you won't understand what's going on if you don't pay attention. Okay, so another thing that I think could have been better, did not find some of the character endings very satisfying. Some of the bad guys I didn't think got punished enough or not at all, like they got away or they just didn't get punished. Others I thought like some of the bad guys I thought like got the easy way out. Other characters I liked did not get the ending I thought they deserved. So, and it speaks to the drama though. I cared about these dramas to be invested, or I cared about these characters to be invested in these characters. And it shows that I got invested when I did not like their ending. So I wish some of the endings for the characters were different and played out differently. So I would be also curious. Well, I'll go back to this because there's another thing that I want to say. But yeah, so basically, some of the character endings I wasn't satisfied with, both the bad and good guys. There's so many characters in this drama, too. I don't think you can be 100% happy with all of them. So I'm just saying that, too. Another thing that could have been better, I think a part of the reason why you need to pay attention to this drama so much is because it's long. Sometimes the pacing gets a little off. Like it's how long is it? I think it's 48 episodes, I want to say. Yeah, 48 episodes. It's a long drama. And it's not one of those where like it's action every single episode. Like there's a lot of lulls and a lot of politics going on. The other interesting thing is the episodes are not all 45 minutes long. Like sometimes you'll get 30 minutes and sometimes you'll get 45. Sometimes you'll get an hour long episode and sometimes you'll get an hour 10. Like they don't cut these episodes up in 45-minute chunks. I will say though, where they plan that out. Like they wanted a certain episode to end at a certain time. So if they knew that this story being cut off at this part of the story being cut off at 45 minutes was not going to be a good thing, they either cut it off early, thinking like, okay, this is a good place to end until the next episode, or they put it later at an hour because that was a good place to end. So you're not going to go into this drama with 45 minutes an episode. Like it's going to be 45 minutes maybe, or 30 minutes, or an hour, or even there's not many over an hour. I think there's like one, maybe two, especially near the end, but most of them are within 30 to 45 minutes, I would say. But some you do get an hour and over an hour. I will say I don't think this drama needed to be 48 episodes. I don't know how many episodes it did need, but for me it was a little long. Sometimes the scenes had a lot of talking and were long-winded. Also, just due to the amount of characters, there was a lot of talking in this show. I mean, as I said, it's very political, and the action scenes were a good reprieve from that, but there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of talking. And honestly, with the amount of people in this cast and the amount of characters, was not sure why some characters existed. I mean, it maybe to move the storyline along or to like say a line or something, but some characters I felt like weren't really needed. They probably could have been axed and would have been fine. So the pacing was a little off sometimes, and it was a little too long in terms of 48 episodes. But an interesting thing was, and I think a good thing, is how they cut the episodes, because I think it helped with the pacing a little bit, but also you didn't feel like it was ending. Like, it'd be weird if they ended it where a guy was like fighting and all of a sudden they just ended it at 45 minutes. So they extended it to 50 so they could end the fight scene. It's interesting how they cut this. And it was a conscious decision. You could tell they were like, okay, where can we end this episode that it makes sense? Okay, the last thing that I'm going to say is we know that this drama's getting a season 2. So I would be curious how, like, what's going to happen in season 2 and, like, if any of the characters are going to come back. And I think I want to say they announced season 2 earlier this year, maybe? No, it had to be earlier than that. I think they announced it in like, so this was a 2019 drama. I think they announced it in like 2021, maybe 2022. It was before I watched it because I remember I clicked play on this drama because they announced a season 2. And I started this in 2022. So it had to be 2022 when they announced it. We still have no idea what the season 2 is going to be about. Honestly, I don't even know if they even started shooting. I don't think they've even confirmed if the 2 leads are coming back for it. Like, nothing is known about this other than the fact that they did announce they're doing a season 2. So I'd be really curious what season 2 will bring. And also, this season 1 had a definite ending. So like it's not like it has a cliffhanger or anything and we've been waiting for 4 years for season 2. No. It definitely has a conclusion. So I'm really curious what the story for season 2 is going to be. I really hope it lives up to the scale of season 1 because season 1 again has unbelievable scale and it has a caliber that season 2 has to meet. So I really hope they reach that caliber with costume design and cinematography and everything they cared about in season 1 because if they don't do that, it's not going to pay off really well. So I'm really curious what season 2 is going to be because it'd probably be a new case maybe. I'm hoping at least some of the original cast comes back. But I will say, this season has a definite ending. So don't be scared to watch the show because you know a season 2 is coming. Like, it has a very satisfying ending and is not open-ended at all. So don't be worried about the fact that there is a season 2 announced that it's going to end on a cliffhanger or something like that. So I just wanted to say that because I know some people, myself included, like if they know it's going to be an open ending and the season 2 is coming, sometimes they wait until season 2. Should not be the case. Like, you should watch this because season 2 is not. I don't know how they're going to connect season 2 to season 1 other than the characters because they had a definite ending. Like, maybe they could, but it's not like it's a cliffhanger and you now have to wait 5 years for season 2. So I just wanted to say that as well. So that's pretty much my review of The Longest Day in Chang'an. I hope you enjoyed this special bonus episode. It's short and sweet. I just wanted to put a review out there because I want more people to watch it. And honestly, I don't think I could do this drama justice just talking about it. Like, this drama is kind of one of those where you have to watch it and to understand what people have been saying about it. It's like you kind of just have to witness it for yourself because there's only so much I can describe about it without spoilers, but it's so insanely detailed and the story is so interwoven with everything. It's kind of hard even to give spoilers and give anything like that. So it's just one of those things where you have to watch it. And that's why I kind of wanted to do a review because I want to say, hey guys, you should watch this drama. And I know I'm not explaining it very well, but you need to go and watch this drama. As I said, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I still will live up to that. It's one of my favorites, and I'm really sorry that it took me forever to watch it in the first place. You can watch it on Viki. I hope you enjoyed this review. I know it was kind of all over the place between my cat and me, like, just talking. As I said, I have a ton of reviews on my blog that I have not made in the podcast episodes. So if you are looking for a certain review, or you see that there's one on my blog and you want a podcast episode out of it, just let me know. Or if you're looking for a review and you don't know where to find it, maybe I did a review on it. Maybe you can go to my blog and see if I did one. I don't know. But I do plan to put all of these reviews as podcast episodes eventually. Maybe I'll do it in like I did here, where I randomly just do a bonus episode when I have the time, or I'll save some to also stick into when I like am on vacation and I can pre-record them or whatever. And I also just wanted to say, like, if you enjoyed this review and you want to do more of like a deep dive into this drama, or listen to other reviews of this drama, maybe even better reviews, honestly, there are multiple other podcasts that have done deep dives on this drama and probably have done it better than me. And the one I wanted to shout out, because I think they did like episode by episode, I want to say. It was like, let me quickly check. So their whole thing is they do like episode by episode, and they deep dive into like a full history of it and the background of it. And I want to say they are doing, or they did, Longest Day in Chang'an, because they do the long historical dramas, because they've done like Yangtze Palace, for example. They're currently, I think they just finished The Longest Day in Chang'an. But this podcast is called Chasing Dramas. I love it. But yeah, they do like a deep dive into each episode. So it's like a fun way to like watch the episode and then go listen to the drama episode. So they did the entire drama for Longest Day in Chang'an. And so if you want to do like more of a deep dive and learn more about like culture, about like certain episodes and certain dramas, specifically like historical ones, Chasing Dramas is a really good option. It's Kathy and Karen, I think, are the two people who are hosting it. I recommend their podcast for this drama, but there's other podcasts who probably have reviewed this better than I have, honestly. But just FYI, if you've seen this drama before and you want another review, or you watch it after this review and want more detailed review of it, check their podcast out. Check like other people's reviews out. I'm sure there's other people who've done spoiler heavy reviews, and not just like me, who have not spoiled anything. Just FYI. Yeah, so that is my review of the Chinese drama The Longest Day in Chang'an. I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode. I just really wanted to get this drama out, especially because I kept talking about it and referring it to it in other episodes I was recording on both my podcasts as well as others. So I figured, why not do a review podcast episode for it, so more people can go and listen to it and then go watch it and get why I love this drama and I keep yelling at people to watch it. So thank you very much for listening to this bonus episode and this Chinese drama review of The Longest Day in Chang'an. Please let us have season 2. Please. I'm really curious about it. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4, Dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleep4dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.